No, I don't believe in Jesus Christ. My mother died of cancer when I was 5. No, I don't believe in religion. I was forced to go to church. I wasn't told why. No, I don't believe in the police, for police brutality isn't a dream. No, I don't believe in the system, but nothing in does make sense to me. Don't worry, you'll get over it, you'll grow up, you'll come down. Another you, another fashion, you'll get over it, you'll calm down. You don't really mean what you say, you've had too much to drink. Don't be so full of hatred, it's not as bad as you think. No, I don't believe.
Good morning. Day 232 of rowing and doing something in the morning. I did something in the morning besides rowing. I did 100 modified candlesticks and actually feeling really good. We didn't get home from work. We went to Costco after work, so we didn't get home till like 7 something. Got some Wagyu ground beef. I mean, I like the Wagyu ground beef. It's good. It's got good fat in it, but I drain the fat and then I add it back to it because I'm trying to like follow some sort of, macros, but I'm maybe not giving myself enough fat in my diet. I'm not really sure. Or Falling Down, Michael Douglas. I love this movie so much. I have so many. I actually bought like 4 of these exact t-shirts, or maybe 3. I think I got 2 and I bought George one. Georgie never wears his, so sometimes I wear it, so it's just bigger, but this one's mine. And I got like 2 other Falling Down shirts. Awesome movie. Anyways, today, I don't want to dump it too much, but I got my Power Egg Yolk Cream. So I feel like my energy is a lot better. I felt awesome yesterday, able to do my morning workout with the kettlebell swings, go to work and work till 6. Very busy day, but I just felt really good, had great energy. I didn't feel like I was underwater trying to walk with weights around my ankles or anything like that. And apparently I'm a mentor. I didn't know that. And I'm part of a mentorship program at work, and I'm pretty excited about it in a way, because I was like, there's no way that I would be a mentor. That's crazy, but no, it's cool. It makes me feel very special that someone wants to get under my hairy wing and learn what I do. That's kind of interesting to me because, to be honest with you, I've always just been like kind of tucked away in the corner, kind of like out of sight, out of mind, out of sight, out of mind, unless something goes wrong and then I'm in the meeting with all the managers and the general manager. And that's happened a few times. It's not none of my fault. It is not my fault. I deal with a lot of outside forces that I really have no control of once the things leave our facility, unless they want me to physically go to these places, which are, around the country, and be like Mo from the Three Stooges and start cracking heads to get our stuff back in a timely manner. There's really not much I can do besides just go off of what emails and phone calls they give me. So there you go. Anyways, yes, I feel like finally, or maybe it's just because I'm getting off of my time. I have 1 week a month. No joke. I am not lying to you. 1 week a month where I am actually normal. The rest of the time, it's hormone fluctuations. It's total period time. It's fibroid period. It's fibroid issues. It's so frustrating. And it's even more frustrating because like my body weight, my water, everything just fluctuates so much. And it pisses me off because I bust my ass. I guess I'm trying to achieve a physical goal that probably is not achievable unless I like go and get surgery, which I'm like looking at how much money. I was looking at ab etching because I'm like, that's like the one thing where I am super insecure. And I've been working out, quote, quote, since I was like a kid. But when I was a stripper, I had abs. Like I didn't think, this is crazy how body dysmorphia is, because you look at yourself in the mirror and you think you look like shit. Then you see pictures of yourself in the past and you're like, oh wow, I wasn't too bad looking. So I saw, and I had abs, but I was not. I was in my 20s. I was dancing 6 days a week, and our shift was from 7 o'clock till 3 o'clock. We didn't have like a day shift and a night shift. It was, the club opened at 7, so it was from 7 to 3. Depending on how many girls there were, we would have to be on stage. Numerous times at night, or sometimes once or twice at night, just like I said, depending on how many girls we had. And also our sets had to be 15 minutes long. They couldn't be any shorter than 15 minutes. And we had to have costume changes. We had to have a theme. It was like a whole to do. That's why I was very lucky that I got the opportunity. I wanted to see if this was on, the opportunity to do something like that, because it wasn't just a strip club, and we weren't just strippers. We were entertainers. We had to actually perform. We had to do costume changes. We had to do a lot more stuff than kind of like what we had to do down here. Because from starting off as an entertainer up in North Carolina, then coming down here to Florida, where I worked at, and this might be just the club I worked at. The club we worked at was, the girls were not allowed to drink in North Carolina. We were not allowed to drink. Customers could buy us drinks and they would think that they were getting us alcoholic beverages, but they were not. We didn't have champagne rooms either. We had a back room with a bar and a stage, and that was just for like special occasions. And like if someone rents that room out, they can either have all of us go in there, or they would just pick a couple, and then we would get paid, I think like $100 or something like that. But down here with the champagne rooms, I didn't like champagne. I liked wild turkey, so I used to get 4 shots of wild turkey. And George would have the fireman carry me out of the back room. That's come and get me because I couldn't fucking drive. It was bad. It was bad, but it was an experience. I lived through it, and nothing detrimental has happened. I mean, we grew out of whatever we were doing. So, like I said, it was a great experience. But yeah, I remember I fell off the pole. I fell down the stairs. I used to, because my stupid shoes were so high, I would get like the 8-inch heel shoes, and I would get so drunk and I would like be dancing. Then I broke the straps on my shoes all the time. So I was constantly falling, breaking things, passing out, being dragged out of the dressing room. I mean, looking back, it's funny when you're in your 20s. That's funny shit, whatever. You're still kind of like immature in the brain. Doing that kind of shit when you're in your 30s and 40s isn't as funny. Like when I got my DUI, which I wasn't even driving. And it's a whole nother story. But when that happened and I was sitting in jail, and I'm like thinking, I'm like, all right, I'm 30. Like, this isn't funny. This is funny in your 20s. Who gives a shit, right? But in your 30s, you're like, all right, maybe it's time to start prioritizing shit. Or like, do you want this to be a reoccurring thing in your life? Because I work with some people that have had multiple DUIs, and I'm like, I had one. I am not fucking, and I wasn't driving. That's another thing. I was not even in the car. Like I said, that's a whole nother thing. I kind of started late, so I don't really have time to get into it. But all I have to say is that moment right there, and everybody was telling me, they're like, you let the cops stop you from drinking. You let that stop you from drinking. Well, I'm like, well, yeah, because if I wasn't drunk, this would have never happened. I wasn't driving, but I was fucking drunk. I was wasted. I mean, I wasn't wasted. I wasn't passing out. We were actually going to the car to get fucking money because I only had like a $20 bill. It's like I said, it's a whole thing. If you think about it, you're like, that's crazy. But I mean, we left our phones in the car because our phones back then were piece of shit flip phones. They didn't even have the internet. We didn't actually get like Samsung smartphones until I think maybe it was like after this incident, because I was already riding my bike. So this is the thing. I was already commuting by bicycle solely. Georgie had the car. because his fucking bike got stolen. His motorcycle got stolen. So yeah, it's a whole to do. I'm gonna take a drink. I'm gonna put this over here so you can't hear me drink. So yeah, it was a whole to do. So going back to abs, see, when I was dancing, I did have abs. I was also in my 20s. I was working mad hours and a lot of pole tricks, and that requires a lot of core stability. I am tempted. I want to so bad get a pole, only because I miss doing that kind of exercise, and I was pretty decent at doing tricks on the pole. I'm not gonna lie. Georgie actually taught me how to do the tricks. Like I said, he showed me how to walk in those fucking shoes too. I even know how to walk in high heels. I never wore high heels before. And your girl over here decides to get the tallest heels they had because I thought they made my legs look really good. So yeah, a lot of core stability, a lot of upper body strength. That's why I can do pull-ups, because I was a dancer for a long time. And also that's why my hands can handle like grip. Like when I do the Murph and we do like 100 pull-ups, that's usually around like rep 89 is when I'll rip them, because I don't like to wear grips and I don't like to wear gloves. So I have like calluses and stuff like that on my hands that are pretty decent. So I'm debating of getting a pole, and then I'm thinking about where to put it, because we really don't have a lot of room. I mean, I could probably put it in the recovery room. I was thinking about putting it outside, right where my fucking neighbor can see me, and put on a show for that fuck. But you know what? He doesn't deserve it. Or maybe, who knows? We were thinking about putting like a jungle gym in the backyard, like with monkey bars and stuff, because I like doing that stuff. Anytime we go to a park, and now like I'm old, so it looks goofy, but I'll go and I'll do. There's not a bunch of kids around. We haven't done it in a while. We were going to the parks when my nieces and nephews were young. We would bring them so we wouldn't look like fucking freaks, because we don't have kids. And we'd be like, what the fuck are these like 30-year-olds doing hanging out at the park? I don't want to look nefarious. It's like I want to play on the damn monkey bars. I want to go down the slide. Can I have some whimsy in my life? But now they're all growing up, so I don't know. Who cares? But we'll just wind up putting a playground in our backyard for George and I to play on. So we so back to my abs. I found pictures of myself, and I actually had abs. And all this time I thought I didn't look good. But my meal, when I was dancing, I only had one meal, and this is what I ate. I had an extra large iced mocha latte from Dunkin' Donuts, and they had to add extra sugar to it, the pump kind. So 3 pumps of the sugar on top of that, and it had to be no ice. And they would fill that fucker up to the brim of just pure sugar, caffeine. Horrible. Oh my God. The fact that I didn't fucking die from that, but that's literally like, that's what I would have. And then I would have a Dunkin' Donut, everything bagel with egg and cheese. Now, I worked at Dunkin' Donuts. Their bagels are frozen. Their eggs are total processed shit. American cheese is processed shit, pretty much. So there you go. That was my one meal I would have, and then I would work from 7 to 3. I don't remember how many fucking hours that was, and depending on how busy it was, if I was on stage more than like 4 times a night, and if I was busy in the back room, which, I mean, I was actually a pretty popular character at this place. I even had merch. My name was Charlie, and when I got drunk, it was Chuckles. Well, not in North Carolina. Down here, I was Chuckles because I was drunk most of the time. But up there, I was Charlie, and Georgie hated Charlie. Georgie does not like Charlie, which is fine, whatever. But I even had merch. I had people take pictures with me, like a Disney character. It was awesome. So looking at it now, I'm like, this is frustrating. It's like maybe I'll get ab etching done. So that's where they go in kind of like liposuction and you just suck around the ab muscles to make them pop. And like, I was telling myself, like, by the end of this year, if I don't have abs, because you only live once, YOLO, you only live once, and why not have the have the um have the aesthetics that you want if you can get it, like if it's not 100% unattainable. I mean, they're there. It's just I have like a little layer that's just not going away, and that could definitely be just cortisol and hormones. I'm getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning, probably not sleeping good. I definitely could be more, more zeroed in on my diet, which I think I'm doing really good. Like I said, I'm finally feeling like so much better than I did. And I think it was, a combination of the shit diet that I had, that binge, and then just kept binging and just keep adding on top of it. And then finally, and then just stopping everything cold turkey, totally taking out the one major source of fat that I had and not replacing it properly, which caused a huge, intestinal disruption. That had a lot of effect. And then just like, my cycle, which lasts literally, I have 2 cycles a month pretty much. I have one week, one grace period where I'm like normal. And I asked my doctor and they said, oh, you're deep in perimenopause. Like, this fucking sucks. Well, whatever. And I was like, but I don't want to get, they're like, we can do ablation or we can just completely remove your uterus. And I was like, I just really don't want to be thrown into menopause. I kind of want to go into it naturally, but I don't know. It's manageable. And right now like I said, I'm stoked at how well I feel, how well I felt yesterday. Let's see how well I feel after we get home from work and after our workout today. And, maybe next week, because now they're opening up Sundays. And I'm like, I did 1 week where I worked 7 days and it took me 2 weeks to recover. So I was explaining to my manager, I'm like, look, I would love, if I was younger, absolutely. If I wasn't so like dedicated to my personal time, i.e. the gym, the garage, my house, hell yeah. Like if we were like living in a fucking apartment or something, yeah, we would totally do it. But we have a house, we're paying a lot of money, not a lot of money. We have a house, we're paying money. I would like to enjoy it at least a day, even though that day is going to be consistent me of cooking and cleaning, but whatever, it's going to get done. So I might try to do 7 days, but next week we have punk rock karaoke, which I'll do a video. I'll record George. Georgie never records me. So the thing with George, he doesn't record me. He's not my number one fan. I actually have 3 number one fans, and George is not one of them. And that's fine. He's my husband. We live together. But I only have that quote only fan. Not anymore, but but yeah, so I'll definitely be recording at least George performing something amazing. I love punk rock karaoke. I hope it never goes away, but now there's some distress in St. Pete, which has been happening for years. So St. Pete was a big art, city, a big art town. And of course, it's getting gentrified. A lot of the artists, a lot of the venues, a lot of the bars that we grew up with that had a lot of awesome bands are being bought out, being priced out, and it's really sad. The same thing with Dunedin. I haven't been to Dunedin. I don't know if I'm acting like you guys know where the fuck these places are at, but Dunedin is also kind of like the same thing. Once they put in those high rises, that's it. It's, whatever kind of, culture or what was attractive of that place is gone. Once those come up, that shit's done. It's like, you know what? Might as well just stay at home, I guess. I don't know. Or go down there and just be annoyed by all the college and rich people. They're so obnoxious. But anyways, I'm going off in a tangent. I don't even know. I just wanted to come on and say, hey, there we go. I'm feeling good. Digestion seems to finally be on point. I did not, and So yeah, worked till 6, went to Costco. So usually when we go to Costco, I always want to get like a snack, something to snack on the way home from the store. And we actually did not. And I'm very proud of myself. Before I started carnivore, our snacks would have been like a whole flat of cherries was our big thing. Or I get like a giant thing of popcorn or like, I don't know, kettle corn or whatever, or a bag of kettle corn or a bag. Like Georgie was adding the cashews. We used to get the cashews. We used to get the mixed nuts and the cashews, and them shits would be gone. Like by the time we would get home, like half the bag would be gone. So I was very proud of myself. We didn't get any snacks. I waited till we get home to eat, so I didn't like go crazy and start binging. So pretty much this week I have been good on not binging or going crazy right when I get home from work. So let's keep that energy up. That's a minor win, or actually it's a huge win. We'll see. I weighed myself this morning. My weight really isn't going anywhere, but I feel good. I'm not going to stress out too much about it. Try to focus more on, trying to get my lower back feels better. So I think today we're going to be doing snatches for our workout. So we'll see, because I'm going to be like so devastated if I can't at least snatch like 53 fucking pounds if my back bothers me. But right now it feels good. Like it felt good when I was doing my abs and stuff. So we'll see. And I'm trying to think of what challenge I want to do for September, because I need to pick something to do all month along with my row, but something easy that I can commit to. And I think the kettlebell swings, like I said, I like when I first started doing all this, like last year, I was able to do it for 2 months straight. And I think that was probably a bad idea, because I think that's kind of like where my little lower back twinge started from. And I keep kind of like neglecting it. So we're seeing the chiropractor Friday. So maybe he can tell me what's going on with that, because I want to get myself back to where I was, maybe with weights. I don't know. I was never much of a heavy Olympic lifter because my technique is still shit. So that's something definitely to work on. But anyways, wanted to come on here, say hello. Accountability, staying on track, guys. I hope everybody's doing well. And please check out Aaron, the carnivore-ish-guy, and North Dakota Carnivore Lance, and also um, Carnivore Quest. Those are great pages for, carnivore, keto, accountability, whatnot, low carb. Great, great content on those pages as well. I'm kind of like nodding off a little bit, like after I'm saying I have all this energy, then I'm like, oh, I'm forgetting but I think it's felt, I have to see. Oh, I have a couple minutes, but anyways, yeah, I'll put the links I don't know how all that works. I gotta get better at that. So I start trying to put links to stuff and being a little bit more of a better YouTube content creator. I don't really have content. This is literally me just going on here and holding myself accountable and open for dialogue and discussion or whatnot. But anyways, you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.